Hey, so last week I got asked the question, can I start an accounting business online? Now, this is a very simple answer, but it's a very complex situation, I would like to say. Simple answer is almost anyone can start an accounting firm, but your either success or difficulty level will vary depending on your background in accounting and finance already. So generally, people that have a stronger background in accounting, maybe been like a staff accountant, you've been a managerial accountant, maybe been a director of finance, a CFO, even maybe a CEO of a company, right? You're gonna have a much easier time than someone who's maybe maybe just fresh out the couch, just got onto the boat, and like they're just learning how to do bookkeeping, right? So, and if you don't have that much experience, it's not that you can't get started. You're going to have a lot more help to kind of get you there. So I'll give you an example. So to get started with an accounting business online, you either need to know bookkeeping, tax, or business. Now, when I say bookkeeping, right, that's monthly accounting services almost every accountant bookkeeper can do. Very simple work. It can be very laborious in a lot of cases. Next can be tax. Now, when I say tax, I'm not necessarily talking about tax prep for individuals. It's not that it does not have a place inside of your firm, but if you're just getting started, you need to go after high value, high leverage services from the start. That way you don't need that many clients to go and reach a significant income goal. Because I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're starting your accounting firm so that you can maybe run your lifestyle through it, or you can maybe leave your job for it. So I'm assuming maybe you're watch this video, maybe you have a 9-to-5 right now in accounting, or maybe bookkeeping or office administration, and you're trying to go full-time to be able to control your schedule through an accounting or bookkeeping business, right? So that's kind of the thought process I have. Now, if you understand business, but maybe you don't have the accounting background, you can still actually make pretty good waves, because a lot of business owners will relate to you more than someone that has accounting skill set but cannot communicate what they know or how it applies to a business. So that is the one caveat I've kind of seen. People have a business background, or maybe they've been an investor, or they've had some kind of brick and mortar in the past. Whether it's successful or unsuccessful, you can just speak a better language pattern than someone who's never in a business can do, right? Next thing is that if you don't know accounting, we can teach you accounting all the way. It's not that hard to learn, right? You can either go to community college to learn, you can go get an online course to learn it, you can do our mentorship program where we're going to basically get you the most important aspects of the accounting process so you feel comfortable going after clients and be able to speak accounting and speak business, so the business owners really enjoy speaking with you. I'll give you an example. So one of our students' name is Nicole, and when she first got started, she didn't have an accounting background, right? So she had to learn accounting from scratch. She had done I think 2 or 3 months of bookkeeping for her real estate agency that she was working at. She was a real estate agent by trade, and she started doing a little bit of bookkeeping. I think they gave her 1 or 2 months worth of her trying it on her own. Then she joined the program, and we were able to teach her how to speak business and translate her sales skills from the real estate space into an accounting and bookkeeping business. She made to $11,200 per month. It took her about I like to say it took her about 30 to 40 days to do so, because she had that background in sales. She had to kind of translate it towards industry. So it doesn't have to take you that long. It's just what skill sets do you already have, kind of moving into it. Right. The next thing is you do need to be comfortable speaking with people, at least in a one-to-one setting. Now, I'm not saying it to be a public speaker where you go on stage and speak in front of 20, 30 people, 100, 1,000, etc. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you need to be able to have a consultation call and be very, very calm, collected, and memorize what are the main value points you need to hit. Now, we will give you a script, and we do give you a PowerPoint presentation that you can use when you're on your consultation calls with business owners, but you still have to be able to kind of have the ability not to have social anxiety when you're talking to a potential client, right? That's the biggest thing. I have seen some people who have social anxiety, and they have to kind of figure out how can you be calm, cool, and collected, especially when you're feeling nervous about whether or not someone's going to accept your price. Okay, if you can handle those nerves, and if you can just kind of get that skill set going, you're gonna be good. And one way you can practice building this skill set is just by talking to the camera. So what I used to do when I was first getting started was I would have my sales script, and I would literally film it in front of a camera 3 times in a row and just look at myself. So I'm practicing talking to an individual, talking to a camera. Even though a camera's not a person, it's still someone who you can kind of see yourself, and it does make it a little bit easy for you to kind of get that practice in. Next thing is you also need to be comfortable learning how to start your business while you have a job. Okay, so a lot of people An old fallacy I used to hear was people like, okay, if I can go full time in my business, then I'll start. And I'm like, well, if you're working a job right now, the only time you're going to be able to go full time in your business, either if you lose your job, if you quit your job, or I don't know, if you're already successful in your business, like you buy a firm. But like most people, if you're starting, you're probably working a job. So you have to learn how to navigate your business in your spare time, right? So that means like you're after work. That could be after your kids go to sleep. That could be before work. I don't know exactly. Be a lunch break, right? You have to learn how to weave the business through your schedule, because then what's going to happen is if you can get to like 5 to 8 grand a month in your business while you're still working a full-time job. As soon as you leave your job, you're still making 8 grand a month, but now you have an extra 35, 40 hours a week that you can go to continue to grow your business and really then get it to like anywhere between like 8 to like 12 grand per month, right? Or more. If you're doing like a tax planning service, you can definitely get to like 30, 40 grand per month. And that's even working by yourself. Maybe when you're at 40 grand a month, you might have like a virtual assistant or someone that can basically help you when it comes to like actually creating the plans and running some of like the marketing and sales process that you have. But it doesn't really take that much, but you just have to kind of be able to understand how to use your time. One other reason why, there's two main reasons why like you thinking like you're going to quit your job in order to start is bad. Number one, if you don't have anything going for you and you all of a sudden have 1,000,000 hours of free time, most people cannot be very productive with too much free time, okay? It does take a little while. What that looked like for me was when I first got started and I was like, trying to do it full time, I took a brief stint where I quit my original job and I actually started the business, and I did not know what to do with myself. It was like I have 24 hours in a day, so I would like kind of leave the house, kind of wouldn't leave the house. I would kind of get started working, kind of wouldn't get started working. I would go to grocery stores. I would just be all over the place. There was no coherent, consistent schedule, so I never really made any progress. It wasn't until I went back to work and then I like literally just had to use my spare time because like I wanted to make this thing work and I had tasted freedom, so I had to kind of push and shove to actually like go make it work. And then once I had the success and then I left my job officially, I already had the client, so I knew like I had a schedule. I knew like what come first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and now I could use that extra time to go and grow the business even faster and even further. But then the other reason why it's hard if you're like trying to start this business like full time and you've never done it before is if you're used to having money coming in from your job and all of a sudden no money's coming out, or no money's coming in, it's just going out because of expenses, that puts a lot of people in a state of panic. Okay? Now it's easy to say like, oh, I have savings, so like I'll be good. But some people are not motivated by savings. Some people are motivated by cash flow. I tend to be a cash flow guy. I can have, $2-3 million in the bank, and I'd still like, if there's a month where like I have like $0 and I spent more than what I made, I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's a terrible month. I'm not saying like I'm gonna have a heart attack and that I'm upset. I take note of that because I care more about cash flow than savings, right? But it also comes from your background, right? I've seen, $50, $100, $200,000 go up like that in smoke and be like literally like you lose your job and $200,000 is gone in like a span of like a year and a half. I've seen that happen before, right? So I'm not a person where savings really means that much to me. I'm all about cash flow, right? But you don't really know what your attachment style to money is until you've actually had it. So while things are calm and while things are moving, you might as well try and grow it, because a lot of people don't really understand that financial stress from not having money makes it very hard for you to be good at sales. Okay, it makes it very hard for you to be good at marketing. It'll make it hard for you to be good at marketing because like you're going to be constantly looking for what's the shortest, fastest path to do something, but the fastest path is not always the best path, right? Because you can like bootleg to go and get one client tomorrow, but it oftentimes won't be the best client. You might not get paid the right way. It might be just this weird, it just might not work, right? Whereas if you do a little bit slower and you go and build a process to get clients, not only will you get one client, yes, it might be a little bit slower than like this way, but you're going to get to second, third, fourth, fifth client way faster because now you have a proven process in the system. Like, yeah, it's all about having control and consistency. I'm not teaching you how to build a business so like tomorrow you have your first client. There's no such thing as a get rich quick. There's a get wealthy certainly, right? I'm all about helping you build wealth. be able to actually build something you can either pass down to your kids, or you can sell it and use that money, invest it in like, whatever your financial advisor is going to tell you to invest in, so you can get an 8% return and the money's actually meaningful. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get it to where you have anywhere between $500K to an extra $1 million sitting inside of your retirement account that you could keep pumping money to you. And that way, if you don't want to work 5 years from now or 10 years from now, you don't have to. And, some of you guys might be close to retirement. Maybe you're watching the video like 63 years old. The oldest person we've had in our program was about 67, but she was a very young 67, and she was just trying to hunt and just keep getting like, just stuff to keep busy and like make sure her mind doesn't atrophy too much, But you don't necessarily have to be super, super old to do it. But the point is, like, start where you have your job. Start when things are certain. Start when things are relaxed and calm. A lot of people, like, they feel like they don't know how to capitalize when things are good. Starting a business requires a very solid life foundation. If you have that solid life foundation, now you can build your skyscraper. But if this is like just crumbly, you can't build a skyscraper because it just like sinks. It sinks and you just can't make it, right? So you need to have everything lined up and like take the opportunity when you have the opportunity to do so. That's the biggest thing. I've just seen so many people where it's like, I'm going to start one day. 10 years later, they're still talking about starting the business. Or I've seen some people where it's like, no, I'm good. I have a full-time job. My job is good and blah, blah, blah. I don't really like it, but blah, blah, blah. They literally, like, a recession happens. They lose their job. And now they're, like, panicking. Right? I was at this dance yesterday, and like some of the people I know like do like government, just like different government services, and like they had lost their job, and I'm like, you've been hearing me talk about it for years. Like, start a business, start something, do something on the side, make sure you have some income, and you finally lose your job, and now it's panic mode. It's like, oh, what do I do? And I'm like, well, it's too late now. Like, I can help you, but it's like, it's just too late now, Now you have to you're going to have to like go into your savings for a bit while you're trying to build your business. It might take you 30 days to get your first client, especially if you don't have the skill set. Sorry, enough of my rant. You can start a business. It's just preparation is going to allow you to be properly ready for opportunity, okay? Now, if you want to be able to get like the fastest path to having the certainty into having control over the growth of your business and your life, click the link inside the description either above or below the video to book a call with myself. Let's see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. It's one of those things, like while you're in your right mind, while you have your job set up, while you have like a solid lifestyle, while you're maybe the school is a little bit slower right now because it's like, middle of the school year, right? While things are tranquil, attack while things are tranquil. Do not wait until things are tumultuous. Attack. Go get what you want, go get what you deserve, go change your life, okay? If that's you, if you want some help along that journey, click the link, book a call, let's see if I can help you in our mentorship program. It is a paid mentorship program, so go see if you're a good fit. If you're, maybe don't want to do a mentorship program right now, that's A-okay too. Go do the slow way, keep watching these videos, keep putting the work. Either way, move forward, go and do something. Either watch the videos and implement or get some help and implement, okay? But do not sit on the sidelines longer than what you need to, because you're only going to look back 1 to 2 years from now and wish you gotten started that much sooner. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy.